Well, how'd you like to have one of these babies, huh? $50 down and $150 a month at Ken's Monster Truck Lot. I'll get them for you. No, actually, they're more expensive than that. As a matter of fact, this monster truck is real expensive. It has a special braking system. And Mike Gallaway, Mr. Disc Brake, how does this thing work?
Hi, Ken, Broo. You know, it's not hard to make one of these 15,000-pound monster trucks go fast, but stopping them is a real problem with such momentum and such large tires. So consequently, they go into the output shaft on these top-loader rear ends. They mount a disc brake with a caliper up above, and the momentum around the output shaft spins this disc. This is what stops it or slows it down at the opportune time. This slave cylinder right here operates the rear steering on the truck. We've talked many times about the big tires and the rear steering making it possible for these vehicles to get around these tight courses. Well, this is what operates. Let's take a look at what the driver does to make the tires turn. When driver Jim Reese gets ready to turn the rear tires, he does it with a very sophisticated toggle switch that's mounted right here on the door. It's a simple situation. By operating the switch to the left or the right, steers the rear tires. Operates a solenoid, it either puts fluid in or takes it out of the rear steering shaft. It's a simple operation that works great in monster truck driving.
Back at the Big A, Ken Broo along with Mike Gallaway, and we are ready for the battle of the monster trucks here in Anaheim. It's a double elimination. And in round one, we've got Hot Stuff against the Rocket. And the driver of Hot Stuff, a story in herself. It is Debbie Roden from Yakima, Washington.
Debbie, a tremendous driver. She started driving last summer full-time. And one thing about it, she absolutely knows no fear. This truck, by the way, this Hot Stuff truck, not too long ago with Jeff Boehner driving it, beat Bigfoot in Pontiac, Michigan, to go on and went on to win the big battle of the monster truck up there.
Now, on the other side of it is the Rocket, Jim Reese, from not too far from here in Buena Park, California. That's a 72 Chevy big block, 540 cubic inch, and a whole lot of horsepower.
Well, it's fuel-injected motor, and it's brand new. Jim Reese has probably built as many as anyone.
Now, what they're going to do is go up a foul line over two sets of cars. So you'll see them actually start here at home plate and then split, go up the foul line, over one set of cars, and come back in center field over another set of cars. It really is going to be kind of an interesting thing.
This is going to be a great race. This AM/PM Rocket, owned by Seth and Meredith Dolton, owns several monster trucks. Jim Reese, the builder, he has built probably 8 or 9 of these monster trucks. Does a great job. Debbie knows no fear. She can really leg one out. She'll run it for everything she's worth. The turns are going to be a little tight. You're going down the first base foul line. The turn's a little wider. You can get a little more turn there. The other one is a lot tighter turn. It's a lot tighter turn on the third base foul line. They're off and running. Let's see what happens. It's going to be Jim Reese to the cars first. Reese hits the cars on the front. Debbie's on the move. She's on the side of it. She's off. And it's going to be real close. I don't think that Reese has got that much of a lead. He makes a wide turn. He's down the outside edge. He's over the back area. Reese has got a little bit of a lead. Now he's got to make another turn and over another set of cars. Look at that. He picks it up. Puts it on his side. He's got to go for it. He's got to leg it out. Can he do it? He's up in the air. He's flying high. Debbie's got it down. It's going to be the AM/PM Rocket.
Oh, my goodness.
That was great racing.
Oh, and they both came dangerously close to wiping out. Both landed on that one set of wheels on the side. There is the AM/PM Rocket. Jim Reese out of the cab. He has won this heat, round one, but a nice piece of driving by Debbie Roden to avoid wiping out just going over that first set of cars.
Debbie never let up on it. If you could get a shot over there, Debbie's taking the pillows out from behind her back where she was propped up inside of it.
But it's the Rocket that wins. There is Debbie. She did not, but it's the Rocket that wins.
They leave real close, but Jim Reese hits the first set of cars a little before the Hot Stuff does. Now watch Jim Reese as he hits the car. A lot of of air on that truck. He really gets a lot of air. Comes down hard, just hammers the truck. Now watch him on the turn. This is very critical. Using the front and rear steering at the same time. Reese, a great driver, hangs out on the far side and over the knoll here, right up over the top of it. That's when he lets that ejected motor really hang out. Here comes Debbie. She's on a tight run. She makes a good swing around the end of it. Jim Reese is lined up for the finish line. Now, let it all hang out. Lots of air hits the ground, and Jim Reese takes a great win.
What a magnificent piece of driving by Reese. In round 2, we were supposed to have an elimination between Bigfoot and the Wrangler, but apparently the Wrangler is a no-show, so it will be the Rocket that moves into the finals against Bigfoot.
Well, the Rocket coming back immediately. Now, Bigfoot has not made a pass over it tonight. Motor is still cool. This situation, you know, can go either ways. Maybe the warm-up pass has helped Jim Reese, maybe sitting back in the area without running has hurt Jim Kramer a little bit, but both of the trucks are on go, and this is for it. The winner of this will go against the tank in the final.
Right.
So this is a very important race. I don't know who I would give any kind of an edge to.
It's an interesting thing that you say about Bigfoot not having the warm-up time of the first pass that the Rocket had, but maybe in another way that's good.
Well, it's very possible. Now, Jim Reese has been over the cars. Jim Kramer has not been over the cars, but everyone knows what a pro Jim Kramer is.
Here we go.
This is going to be the race of the night, no doubt. Kramer is way out. It is so close. I believe I'm going to have to give a little lead right now to Bigfoot. Bigfoot has got a lead. He's in trouble. He's got motor problems. There's something going away on Bigfoot. It can be in the transmission. It may be in the motor, but he's not showing any. He's out of it completely. Let's see who's it going to be. Jim Reese has crashed the truck. Jim Reese crashed the truck when he made the jump. He hit the side and crashed the front end of the truck down.
Bigfoot wins despite the motor troubles after the Rocket, as you can see, crashes. So Bigfoot, there's a lesson: never give up, even when you know it doesn't look great. There you can see the smoke billowing out of Bigfoot, and he probably is done for the night himself. But with the, sticking in there, even with all those engine troubles, he winds up winning the heat.
Well, from what they're doing over on the Bigfoot truck, it looks like the transmission may have puked a lot of fluid out of it, and it caught on fire because they're squirting the extinguisher back towards the transmission area. Now, Jim Reese made a good jump. When it landed, though, it landed on the knoll. There's a couple of large berms out here, and he landed on the side of one of those berms that curled the front end up into the cab. A brand new truck, and I mean first time out for this truck. So it's a very unfortunate incident. Let's take a replay look.
Boy, these guys were all business, weren't they?
They wanted it. There's more on the line than you'll ever know right here. Let's watch what happened. Jim Kramer, very good jump. He's got a good pass going for him. He lands good. Watch him on this turn. It's a good tight turn. Here's where Reese comes in. Reese doing a real good job. Jimmy Reese is doing a great job with that. The Rocket, the AM/PM Rocket, he is just flying. There you see Bigfoot in trouble. The smoke coming out, I believe that's out of the transmission area. It could be just fluid coming out of it. Jim Reese makes a slide. He's lined up. Now watch the truck on right here. Reese hit the side and look at the front end of it. Does not break a tie rod. It just jerks it around.
There goes what's left of the Rocket. It probably looks worse than it is. They can get that back in the shop and fix it real easy, but...
Well, I hope so. You know, the Golden State Pickup Parts built this truck. There's the man that he is very concerned about it. That's Bob Chandler, and Bob Chandler checking with his lead driver, Jim Kramer, are going to go over and look things over. Here's Bigfoot going over the first set of cars. Let's watch him get high in the air, a little bit off to Jim Kramer's left. You see him land a little bit off to the side. He lands a little bit off to the side, and a beautiful job coming out of it.
Boy, he did some good driving on that.
We just received word that the Rocket won that round.
How could he win, though, if he didn't...
The finish line must be at the end of the card.
Okay.
But they're calling the Rocket the winner, but the Rocket cannot come back because will put Bigfoot into the final.
For the second level of competition tonight are the monster tanks. And there is the track attack. Ernie Brookins from Fargo, North Dakota. The Battle of the Monster Tanks will feature Ernie Brookins from Fargo, North Dakota. One of the greatest baseball players of all time was from Fargo, Roger Maris. And now here so many years later, a driver athlete, if you will, in Ernie Brookins. 427 Chevy Big Block.
Ernie Brookins is pretty sharp in these tanks. He's all around tough. Ernie is the first person to build one of these late model M55 retrievers, tank retrievers used during the Korean War. Ernie's like 8'6" wide, 7'4" high, about 18'10" long, and weighs 19,900 pounds. That is lightweight for a tank.
That's light.
Now, there's a shot of Ernie. Look at the cage around him. He's got a complete roll cage. Ernie Brookins is an old race car driver. He has ran almost every kind of vehicle you've ever seen. Here's California Gold.
Yeah. I was gonna say California Gold, interesting in itself that it comes from right around the corner here in Newberry Springs, California. Again, a Chevy blown engine, 481, but heavy, 26,000 pounds.
Ken Broo, listen to this. 3 o'clock this afternoon, they finished California Gold and loaded it on the trailer. So they've had it done about just a short while. Watch them run. Ernie Brookins is really hanging out. Look out.
Oh,
Ernie
my
Brookins
goodness.
is really, he cleared along. But now back over to California Gold. It's the first time ever. Look at Ernie Brookins over on the far side. The tank is out. Ernie Brookins is flying. He says 4 cars is not enough for him. He'll miss them all. He'll jump them all. Let's see what he does. He's headed out for them.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that, Ken. Did you see that?
Great driving by Ernie Brookins.
And what did he do when he landed on his nose? He nailed the throttle and went on with it.
And a lot of smoke now coming out of the track attack. There you see California Gold finishing up. There is the track attack. Mike, when he came down and almost seemed to tip over, what did he have to do there? Did he have to accelerate at that point?
He had to get on the throttle. He had to just absolutely stand on the throttle and let it pull itself out. And there's your winner of this round.
My goodness.
Ernie Brookins out of Fargo. That's his wife and his #1 pit person beside him.
A lot of smoke. I don't know if that's cause for concern. I would think more concerned with what's happened to the cars, but
well, Ken Broo,
that looks like my car that I rented from Hertz.
It was.
Oh, no.
And that is underlined was.
Track attack, the winner in round 1 of the Monster Tanks. There will be a runoff with the winner of round 2, and that will feature something that I know you'll be interested in. The latest endeavor of Alan Gaines. Let's take a look at this again, Mike. The way he drove, Ernie Brookins was sensational. Here's California Gold.
First time out, and the California Gold driver got to be concerned. You know, he's only finished at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Here's Ernie. Look at the tight turn with Ernie. Good job, real tight. Heads it down the chutes, up over the berm, and just absolutely flying with this retriever. They run a custom-built rear end, a Crowder glide with an airshift Linko. Watch him jump. Watch the front end of it get high in the air, and then it noses over. Almost, you can see Ernie sitting inside, his hands spread out, one hand on each throttle and control, and he lands. He was getting a lot of smoke out of it at that time.